behalf of students, I submit this petition demanding action on long neglected educational commitments and equal access to opportunity. On January 19, 2009, the government of Liberia signed a Mineral Development Agreement, MDA, with China Union Hong Kong Mining Company Limited, which included the following provisions. 1. Scholarship fund with 25% reserved for Bon County students. 2. Ongoing training and job preparation programs for Liberian students. 3. Annual contribution to support mining and geology education and graduate exchange programs. 3. Infrastructure development, including schools, hospitals, and housing in the host community. 60 years, these promises remain largely unfulfilled or inaccessible. Students are dropping out of school because of tuition challenges. Scholarship programs are non-transparent, inaccessible, or non-existent to many intended beneficiaries. Training and employment programs are not visibly implemented. No significant infrastructure promise under the MDA has materialized to benefit the student population. In light of these facts, we call on your honorable office and all lawmakers representing Bon County to 1. Stay in solidarity with the student community and demand accountability for China Union and other concessionaires operating in Bon County.
Down, China Union down. Down, neglecting the student community down. Forward. Dignity for the student forward. Forward, Buzu forward. Aluta. 2. To ensure the enforcement and transparent disbursement of the $200,000 United States annual scholarship, which with local stakeholders involvement, including students' representatives. 3. Engage the Ministry of Mines and Energy, Ministry of Education, and relevant stakeholders to prioritize Bon County students for training, employment, and academic development. 4. Guarantee that students are recognized as direct beneficiaries of all educational and development commitment within the MDA. It's a right from the NDA.
Number 5.
We cannot be marginalized.
5. Hold China Union accountable to its broader obligations under the MDA, including construction of hospitals, schools, and housing in Bon County. Number 6. Give the students a seat at the county setting where county development funds will be discussed. This petition is more than a letter. It is a plea for justice, a demand for action, and a vision for a better future. The students of Bon County are no longer willing to be ignored or left behind. We urge your honorable office to act now because the future of Bon County depends on the education and empowerment of its youth. Signed, former leader Andrew P. Womani, Secretary General of the Bon University Students Union, approved on this day, on the 17th day of June 2025. Former leader Gabriel T. Shah, President of the Bon University Students Union. Thank you ever so much. Bon County with petition, they focus today. Thanks for receiving our petition.
So the first thing is that thank you again, and thank you for putting all of these good ideas together. There are things some of us we are long stand for. We have advocated for them. We've been to jail for these same things, and where we sit for the past 16 years.
Report on the annual United States.
So, can you please read what is on the document?
Dear Honorable, I acknowledge receipt of your letter dated June 17, 2025, inviting Asylum Letter Liberia AMF to a hearing scheduled for July 1st, 2025 at 2 p.m. We appreciate the opportunity to participate in the concession compliance review. In response to your request, please find attached a following document covering the last 5 years of our operation, 2020 through 2025. 1. Financial gains. 2. Quality of iron ore produced during the period. 3. List of projects implemented under the Social Corporate Responsibility SCR for the period. 4. Report on the annual 200,000 scholarship fund, including the comprehensive list of beneficiaries. 5. Proof of transfer of 50,000 United States dollars to the Geological Department of the University of Liberia. 6. Updated list of senior or managerial staff of the Liberian covering the last 5 years. 6. Report on coordinated resource for the period. We look forward to discussing these documents and any other matters of interest during the hearing. CEO.
That was the reading of the communication from Aslo Meta to the honorable body here.
A comment from our colleague. I will ask the NBC, the chairman of the Interministerial Council. NBC, I saw a letter in my office that has to do with, I think, a report, but I'm not seeing the attached report from the NBC.
So I'm with the IMCC.
Okay, the IMCC. The chairman of the NIC.
NIC, that's correct.
I'm seeing a letter that is signed by you, chairman.
Yes.
But I'm not seeing the attached.
That was established so many years ago. I remember when we were there, we were hauling chairs around. And today, 2025, the students are still pulling chairs left and right. It cannot continue to be this way. The university is an institution. The students, over 22,000 students attending our university, have the right to education. And not just any education, but proper education. Under the kind of environment that I see out there, these students will not get proper education. Mind you, we go around saying that the youth, they are the future leaders of this country. If you don't prepare their foundation, if you don't prepare them, how will they become future leaders? How will they take the stage when we leave? What kind of country are we trying to bring, or if we are not preparing our youth to the for tomorrow? And so the students don't even have transportation to go to school. It's not that they don't have the money to pay their way to go, but there are no buses to take them to Fennel. Imagine most of the courses have moved up to Fennel. And so these students have to be riding keke, which is endangering their lives. Keke to go on that highway from here, Central Town, to go all the way to Fennel campus. That's very risky. The teachers themselves that are teaching the students, they too, they are not being properly treated. Their salaries are so low. And so it is based upon that. And then let me come back, if I'm not even done. The infrastructure. Go and look at the building. Go and look at the girls' dormitory where they are doing a master's degree. Go to the bathrooms at the University of Liberia. The state-owned institution, the highest institution of learning in this country. Go to those places and see for yourself. Go to TH building. See the kind of deplorable condition that the university is in. Places are there leaking and all of that. And then we are proud and passing around here as a lawmaker. I'm not here because, in fact, I'm here because the people brought me here. And so if I see something that is going wrong, my duty is to say it. And so I think that we need to focus on the university. We need to focus on the youth of this country, because if we focus on the university, it means that the youth we are trying to build up. And so that's why, I decided to put this communication on the floor. If 33 million cannot do, then we should increase it to 45 million or even 50 million, whatever it is, so that this university can be a standard institution that any country can be proud of.
Does everything fall on finance? Don't you think so?
Well, for now, we need the finance. If we can get the money to run the institution and it is not being run properly, then we can say, we can call them to book and say something else. So as it stands right now, we need finance to do that. And we cannot, as a nation, continue to depend on donor funding to come in. It's about time that we step up to the plate.
My name is Winston Bradley from Banner FM. Monies in the past given to University of Liberia have not been properly used. And when you were debating on the floor following some of the live, that was the concern raised by some Liberians. Are you also concerned about money given in the past? This
Well,
is
I think what my colleagues were saying, that the 33 million that was given to them, they need to come and account for it. They didn't say that it was not properly used. You don't know whether it is properly used or not. Let them come and account for it. And after accounting for it, I will still insist that more money should be allocated in the budget for the University of Liberia.
Honorable Barry, during plenary conversation, there was this debate that other popular university, colleges around the country be included into your communication as well. That authorities of those universities appear before the committees to provide reasons for which there should be an increment in their budgetary allotment. Do you really see, or do you take into consideration the other universities?
So I'm happy the fact that we have done a communication for the University of Liberia and it's going to spread out to the rest of the other universities of the country. I think it's a good thing. I think, they too should come, and whatever was allocated to them, they can come and give report on what was used. And it is important that we develop the youth of this nation, my dear. Whether in Monrovia, whether in Nima, whether in Grand Chile, I think all of the universities need to be looked at.
Yeah. So, okay, guess what we leave. I'm just concerned about, this is a perennial problem that have long existed at university. You think what you're going to do differently to changing the narrative, owing to the fact that this university falls right in your district and you are also a product of the university?
It has to start from somewhere. This is the beginning. The first thing is to do a communication and send it and place it on the floor. And then it was sent to the committee room. Committee is going to be inviting the administration to come and do their report. So it's a process. It starts from somewhere. After that, then we see what next to do. But I'm sure, given the fact that all of my colleagues realize the importance of education, realize the importance of building the capacity of the youth, I think all of them are interested, even though some of them are saying, let's get a report first, but after the report, I'm sure all of them are interested in it. Even if they don't give the extra 30 million, there will be something that will be given to the university to help to ensure that, the children, the young people have proper education.
So I want to know what informed your advocacy or your call for additional 12 million increment in the budget of the University of Liberia?
So I went on the university campus. I've gone on the university campus. I've been speaking with students. I've been speaking with the administration. I even attended one of the programs that the university had. They invited me to that program.
Most Watchful Brother, Willis J. Allen, Grand Master of the Most Watchful Grand Lord of the Majesties, Republic of Liberia, that the dedication of the broken column will now begin. Brother Junior Grand Warden, you will communicate this to the brethren here present, that they, having due notice, will govern themselves accordingly.
Is the order of the Most Watchful Grand Master of Masons,
Republic of Nigeria, that the ceremony of the dedication of the broken column will now begin in due and ancient form. All present, take note and govern themselves accordingly.
Let no man enter upon any great or important undertaking without first invoking the aid of the right watchful grand chaplain.
Holy and most gracious Lord, bless our work and prosper our hands. Bestow upon us wisdom, beauty, strength, and beauty. As we come to dedicate this broken column to our brothers, our heroes, whose work having unfinished on the Disaster Festival have been called to labor, we pray wherever they are, they rest on the everlasting arms of the grand architect. And when our labor draws to its end, may you graciously enable us with your rod and your staff comforting and protecting us to that mansion where there may be peace, joy, and love reign forever and ever. Amen.
The ceremony of consecration will now begin. Present the elements.
Scatter this corn as a symbol of cleansing, as a symbol of planting. The blessings of the bounty of heaven shall on this land, our land, the Republic of Liberia, in the heart of the people, we ever remember to love, to faithful, virtue, wisdom, and gratitude. Amen. So let it be. I hold this wine as a symbol of friendship. May the gifts of all good, friendship, prosper our government and preserve the Republic. And may the Masonic fraternity continue to be a bond of friendship and brotherly love throughout all times. Amen. So let it be. Oil as an emblem of peace and joy. May the blessings of heaven
be upon us. And may the blessings of peace descend upon us. May the blessings of peace and love descend upon us. And Liberia, may the craftsmen continue to pour the oil of love and joy upon the deceased, upon the widowed, the fatherless, and the distressed. They may know sorrow and distress no more. Amen.
So will it be.
The light of the world, glory to the newborn King, Jesus, the light of the world. We'll walk in the light, beautiful light, come where you trust of mercy and pride. Shine all around us by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world. We'll walk in the light, such a beautiful light. Come where the dew drops of mercy and light. Shine all around us by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world.
I now dedicate this broken column to the glory of God and to the memory of our executed brothers, for their lives were cut short and their work on earth was left unfinished. May the supreme architect of the universe guide and bless this land and prosper its people. May he grant unto us all an ever bountiful supply of the corn of nourishment, the wine of refreshment, and the oil of joy. And may our country, Liberia,
conversation on this wonderful day. What a way to welcome you to this edition of the Morning Ride, folks. Welcome, and it's on your dial, Kool 91.9 Kool Radio online, our YouTube channel, Kool YouTube channel, the Facebook as well, and all of these hotlines can bring you all of the information for Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our own world. But it's always good to be back here this morning where T. Nicholas Barkley is the man behind the camera this morning, producing all of the sounds and video. Ambassador Nathaniel B. Senior is alongside. And I'm Wiki Brooks, and we are certainly here to walk the walk and talk the talk. And as usual, I have to shift the paradigm about democracy. And it promises to be great, very stimulative, and you will join the conversation this morning. But folks, whatever you are, this is how we like to welcome you to this edition of the Morning Ride. And there are a lot of things to talk about. And listen to your man, yeah. So in this country, you have to be mindful. You know, there are a lot of reports currently out from the General Auditing Commission as it relates to some of the audit reports out in the public. You know, folks who serve in position are currently serving in position currently, and the GSC said in the month of July there will be a lot of reports, audit report out to the public, and they are urging Liberians to see the reports and do not politicize it, but see these people who have served in the past and currently serving as well in their position, and that they must be able to account for the stewardship while they were serving. But we have seen over the last couple of weeks or months that it all been politicized, that people feel when it comes to the issue of asking people to answer questions for the stewardship, politics must play. Now, come to think about it, the honored fire minister of Labor, Mr. Kool, who is a legal person, the GSC now he been on suit. He now revoking some of the permit given to foreign nationals residing in Liberia, the jobs that Liberian can do. We saw him on his way to the burial of the former president, Samuel Kanyado, and that of the former first lady, and he was so mad, so Chinese or whatever national into work that Liberians can do, and some of the permit he have revoked. Liberia applauding him so highly for that, because he been on fire for the Senate, especially the law. I know what already happened between the two of them, but take your time to understand something. This minister of Labor served as Minister of Post and Telecommunication under the regime of former President George Weah. So this man, he was appointed in government by the former president, and he was dismissed that a lot of folk believe for political reasons. And after the Unity Party won election, they brought him back and made him Minister of Labor. Now, the GSC conducted an audit, and the audit report saw that the current Minister of Labor, Councillor Kool, there were a lot of allegations leveled against him on non-compliance, mismanagement, financial improprieties when he served as Minister of Post and Telecommunications. In that report, it said US 1.67 million and US 41.6 million were spent without evidence according to the GSC. You see that, right? You get the kind of money, you spend it without documentation, you spend it without any evidence, you spend it. So where did the money go? Now, the GSC audit report on the spotlight, they have reported that the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication under the spotlight, or under the stewardship at the time of Minister Kool, and they said there was some troubling financial discrepancies and a dark cloud on the Ministry for National Management Practices when he was serving. You know, he served from 2018 to 2023 before he was dismissed. Some believe that for some political reason he went to attend program or the Unity Party because he was the chairman, and he is the chairman of the MDR. the party of the late Senator Prince Johnson. So they fell out. So you see right here. But these are some of the folks that were appointed by the former president to serve the country. What they did with the money, whether they were giving it to the party or they were using it for themselves, Liberians want to know. Today, again, there's a serious dark cloud on him in how people are giving jobs, especially jobs that Liberians can do. This honorable man was cooked by the former regime. Like you see, the current president has nominated Judge, Associate Justice Yami Kokwese as Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. And this man was also appointed. He was nominated by former President George Weah. People kind of say that charity begins at home and end abroad. Now, you will say the last government was corrupt, but before former President George Weah came to power, some of the people that he appointed also worked in previous governments. And he appointed them, they came with the character and he had to display it. Some of the folks he nominated or appointed, today the current president retained some of them or sent some of them to some other positions, but they are still displaying their character. So you see some of these things. So Minister Cooper Cross served as Minister of Post and Telecommunications from 2018 to 2023 before he was dismissed. And the GSA report and I saying that there were serious irregularities that include payroll and personnel issue, payment without evidence, non-disclosure of bank accounts, overspending beyond the ministry approved budget, where and all of these things, according to the audit report, the ministry reportedly failed to disclose 2 checks, accounts held at the Liberia Bank for Development and Investment (LBDI), contravening standard financial transparency practices. What did you do with the money? The report also said that the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications spent significantly beyond its approved budget, with discrepancies totaling millions of US dollars across the fiscal year 2018, 2019, 2019, 2020, 2020, 2021. The audit report also showed that the expenditure of the ministry varied from budget, amounting to discrepancy of US $1,667,903. Yeah. And they talk about a lot of other things. According to the report, the total revenue unaccounted for at the time amounted to US $62,726,027. LD $1,145,100 irregularity in cash handling and undocumented spending. We say the country don't have money. That's why we normally say the country don't have money. But you see the kind of spending that will go on for ministry agency. This report is from the previous government. So one may like to ask, so you're telling us that he want to all the money per the report? Or this man will under instruction, bring the money here, take the money there. The report said also, according to the report, and the record amounted to US 300. They were talking about the DGSE report disclosed discrepancy between the Integrated Financial Management Information System and the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication Records. The total variances between the Integrated Financial Management Information System and that of the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications, they recorded the amount of US $635,941.51. And the report revealed that between the fees generated from mail services and revenue reported by the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications, $146,986.19. And in addition to the report found discrepancy in DHL, FedEx, RB services, fees amounting to US $51,629 and that of 3 cents. You see? And it said all of these financial issues were under the stewardship of Corporal Kool, who is known serving as the Minister of Labor. These are findings of the past. So you just come to think about when the GSU finish with the report of the past and start to audit people in this government, how it's going to be. Because some of them are staying here. And the attitudes reportedly exhibited in the previous government, they have come with it as well. No president will come to power will appoint all of his officials in government that he knows. Some will be based on recommendation. Some will be based on agreement because of the political situation. You needed a kind of a vote and they agreed and you people went into some bargaining. But the issue is to serve your country and how well you serve your country. So now you're seeing so many reports that are now out in the public. We talk about these things. Liberians will cry. They live in poverty. They need to see their lives improve. Where institutions of integrity, when they go after these people to answer for the stewardship, to answer for things that were being entrusted to them while they were serving, you put politics into it. It's this politics now. So if Minister Kool with the report out, they made to answer question. He served in the previous government. And don't forget, his government at the time, his political party at the time gave support to the CDC. The late Senator Prince Johnson supported them and they won the election. So what if that was the bargaining? And he got appointed. And he served. Today he's serving as Minister of Labor, the Honorable Councillor, Minister of Labor. So what do we say to ourselves? Will you now say the men are United Party men? The audit report conducted now shows that every action he took it under the stewardship of the CDC when he was serving as Minister of Post and Telecommunication. So what do you do with it? Now, the public now waiting for action from this current president. What step would the current president take? You see, so some of the reports are reports conducted by the GAC. They will deliver copy after compiling a full report. They will submit a copy to the Public Account and Expenditure Committee for the, to the both houses, and a copy to the offices of the president. One of these reports normally will reach the president, but because these reports are the reports that we have to go after, or somebody will get it out to put it out, we don't see the kind of action. One of the lawmakers are also involved into these matters, so somebody report are so mean and will drag them in, so they will keep these reports. Now people want to point, Mr. President, you appointed this man with all due diligence, with all doing a proper investigation and following some of these things. Now he's there into this position, but this is the report now before. What action you expect the president to take? Look at LIX. We were just discussing it on yesterday. Look at LIX. With all US 27 million in ghosts. That's why the GAC audit report uncovered. They talk about major financial irregularities, mismanagement, all these things. Then you come back to the Ministry of Post, then we say, oh, you see, we can afford to pay our officers the least $500 United States dollars. That this man can even say, I will save $100 a month, and I can have a parcel of land and build a house. You pay him $100, $150. He will serve for over 20 years plus. Yet his life will not so improve. But when you want to effect an arrest, that the people you call, you stealing millions of dollars reportedly, and you've been protected by somebody who been paid peanuts. And some of you say you call yourself patriots. You go up, you protecting political party image, but the people who will serve for the political party to national government, they will go and corrupt the system. You are not brave enough to kneel and shame them, but you want to insult one man they call Wicked Brooks or Ambassador Bar for saying the very hard truth. And that's the reason why these people are always brave to do what they do, because they always know that they got people who will protect them, they got people who will stand for them. If somebody took me to court today, who goes there to placard? Nobody. But you hear one minister took 3, 4, 5 million, he can't account for it. After investigation, charge is leveled against him or placed on him. They say the person, you go there with placard, you go there and say you in solidarity. Are we willing to fight corruption in this country? These are attitudes of the people. They come with it, the national government. Ministry of Post and Telecommunication. Look at the kind of money. Where did the money go? Where did the money go? We need to know all of these things. Where? And people must be able to answer some of the very hard questions as it relates to some of these things. You see, talk about these things times to a number. And this is where we find ourselves. Nobody wants to say anything. Hey, you hear? When you hear about how other people talk about people, sometimes we are so vexed, but money intended for the masses, it enter elsewhere. But when you say these things, people are so mad at you. And some of these allegations, and folks are asking, can we point to one person for financial mismanagement, irregularities under the regime of former President George Weah? Can we point to one person? Maybe you know, I may not be in the know, that were prosecuted for some of the allegations. Listen to the former chairman.
I remember when we were there, we were holding chairs around. And today, 2025, the students are still holding chairs left and right. It cannot continue to be this way. The university is an institution. The students, over 22,000 students attending our university, have the right to education, and not just any education, but proper education. Under the kind of environment that I see out there, these students will not get proper education. Mind you, we go around saying that the youth, they are the future leaders of this country. If you don't prepare their foundation, if you don't prepare them, how will they become future leaders? How will they take the stage when we leave? What kind of country are we trying to bring up if we are not preparing our youth to the for tomorrow? And so the students don't even have transportation to go to school. It's not that they don't have the money to pay their way to go, but there are no buses to take them to Fennel. Imagine most of the courses have moved up to Fennel. And so these students have to be riding keke, which is endangering their lives. Keke to go on that highway from here, Central Town, to go all the way to Fennel campus. That's very risky. The teachers themselves that are teaching the students, they too, they are not being properly treated. Their salaries are so low. And so it is based upon that. And then let me come back, if I'm not even done. The infrastructure. Go and look at the building. Go and look at the girls' dormitory where they are doing a master's degree. Go to the bathrooms at the University of Liberia. The state-owned institution, the highest institution of learning in this country. Go to those places and see for yourself. Go to TH building. See the kind of deplorable condition that the university is in. Places are there leaking and all of that. And then we are proud and passing around here as a lawmaker. I'm not here because in fact I'm here because the people brought me here.
So now chairman of STAN, the Civil Society Advocacy Group. And this is a warning to this current government that tomorrow you will be audited. So Mr. President, as we are suspending your minister, directors, or whoever, these things should not just end with suspension, but these people must be fully prosecuted. Let them be able to exonerate themselves, or the law will hold them for the action. We don't want to hear you just suspend. At the end of the day, and your regime over, you are not re-elected or your party, and when the people decide to follow so many reports, then you see it as witch hunting. It should be holistic, because that's the tendency in this country. Once you ask somebody to answer a question, you feel, because we don't used to it. We see all these things as somebody want to witch hunt. We want to see people fight corruption. But when the corruption starts, and people, and then the president of the day will say, and the court invite this person or whatever body constituted, you say that which one? And when the people are stealing, they don't go on behalf of the party. Sometimes they structure. Like some of the folks who today allegation on in the current government, we know why when they take the money they can carry to President Boga, whether the President Boga mandate or instruction they acting on it. Because if you look at things, for a country called Liberia, one man without them look at 5-6 million on one ticket. He must be depending on something. So when JC is telling you, they kind of a report. And you hear how some of the guys who wanted to be, they felt that they were the most likely person to, after President Weir to be president. And this from the former chairman of the party. Gamma recording here. Listen to this thing again.
And so if I see something that is going wrong, my duty is to say it. Established so many years ago. I remember when we were there, we were hauling chairs around. And today, 2025, the students are still pulling chairs left and right. It cannot continue to be this way. The university is an institution. The students, over 22,000 students attending our university, have the right to education. And not just any education, but proper education. Under the kind of environment that I see out there, these students will not get proper education. Mind you, we go around saying that the youth, they are the future leaders of this country. If you don't prepare their foundation, if you don't prepare them, how will they become future leaders? How will they take the stage when we leave? What kind of country are we trying to bring, or if we are not preparing our youth to the for tomorrow? And so the students don't even have transportation to go to school. It's not that they don't have the money to pay their way to go, but there are no buses to take them to Fennel. Imagine most of the courses have moved up to Fennel. And so these students have to be riding keke, which is endangering their lives. Keke to go on that highway from here, Central Town, to go all the way to Fennel campus. That's very risky. The teachers themselves that are teaching the students, they too, they are not being properly treated. Their salaries are so low. And so it is based upon that. And then let me come back, if I'm not even done. The infrastructure. Go and look at the building. Go and look at the girls' dormitory where they are doing a master's degree. Go to the bathrooms at the University of Liberia. The state-owned institution, the highest institution of learning in this country. Go to those places and see for yourself. Go to TH building. See the kind of deplorable condition that the university is in. Places are there leaking and all of that. And then we are proud and passing around here as a lawmaker. I'm not here because in fact I'm here because the people brought me here. And so if I see something that is going wrong, my duty is to say it. And so I think that we need to focus on the university. We need to focus on the youth of this country, because if we focus on the university, it means that the youth we are trying to build up. And so that's why, I decided to put this communication on the floor. If 33 million cannot do, then we should increase it to 45 million or even 50 million, whatever it is, so that this university can be a standard institution that any country can be proud of.
Does everything fall on finance? Don't you think so?
Well, for now, we need the finance. If we can get the money to run the institution and it is not being run properly, then we can say, we can call them to book and say something else. So as it stands right now, we need finance to do that. And we cannot, as a nation, continue to depend on donor funding to come in. It's about time that we step up to the plate.
My name is Winston Blyden from Banner FM. Monies in the past given to University of Liberia have not been properly used. And when you were debating on the floor following some of the live, that was the concern raised by some Liberians. Are you also concerned about money given in the past?
I think what my colleagues were saying, that the 33 million that was given to them, they need to come and account for it. They didn't say that it was not properly used. You don't know whether it is properly used or not. Let them come and account for it. And after accounting for it, I will still insist that more money should be allocated in the budget for the University of Liberia.
Honorable Barry, during plenary conversation, there was this debate that other popular university, colleges around the country be included into your communication as well. That authorities of those universities appear before the committees to provide reasons for which there should be an increment in their budgetary allotment. Do you really see, or do you take into consideration the other universities?
So I'm happy the fact that we have done a communication for the University of Liberia and it's going to spread out to the rest of the other universities of the country. I think it's a good thing. I think, they too should come, and whatever was allocated to them, they can come and give report on what was used. And it is important that we develop the youth of this nation, my dear. Whether in Monrovia, whether in Nima, whether in Grand Chile, I think all of the universities need to be looked at.
Yeah. So, okay, guess what we leave. I'm just concerned about this is a perennial problem that have long existed at the university. You think what you're going to do differently to change the narrative owing to the fact that this university falls right in your district and you are also a product of the university.
It has to start from somewhere. This is the beginning. The first thing is to do a communication and send it and place it on the floor. And then it was sent to the committee room. Committee is going to be inviting the administration to come and do their report. So it's a process. It starts from somewhere. After that, then we see what next to do. But I'm sure, given the fact that all of my colleagues realize the importance of education, realize the importance of building the capacity of the youth, I think all of them are interested, even though some of them are saying, let's get a report first, but after the report, I'm sure all of them are interested in it. Even if they don't give the extra 30 million, there will be something that will be given to the university to help to ensure that, the children, the young people have proper education.
So I want to know what informed your advocacy or your call for additional 12 million increment in the budget of the University of Liberia?
So I went on the university campus. I've gone on the university campus. I've been speaking with students. I've been speaking with the administration. We look at.
Yeah. So, okay, guess what we leave. I'm just concerned about this is a perennial problem that have long existed at the university. You think what you're going to do differently to change the narrative owing to the fact that this university falls right in your district and you are also a product of the university.
It has to start from somewhere. This is the beginning. The first thing is to do a communication and send it and place it on the floor. And then it was sent to the committee room. Committee is going to be inviting the administration to come and do their report. So it's a process. It starts from somewhere. After that, then we see what next to do. But I'm sure, given the fact that all of my colleagues realize the importance of education, realize the importance of building the capacity of the youth, I think all of them are interested, even though some of them are saying, let's get a report first, but after the report, I'm sure all of them are interested in it. Even if they don't give the extra 30 million, there will be something that will be given to the university to help to ensure that, the children, the young people have proper education.
So I want to know what informed your advocacy or your call for additional 12 million increment in the budget of the University of Liberia?
So I went on the university campus. I've gone on the university campus. I've been speaking with students. I've been speaking with the administration. I even attended one of the programs that the university had. They invited me to that program. So it is based upon all of those things that made me to ask for additional 30 million because I realized that the 33 is not sufficient.
Thank you so much.
Well, I was supposed to break, and when we come back, we continue with the discussion. But you see, the issue of corruption fighting, we thought to play the old audio. And today, the current government, you see this something that hold in the typical Liberian English, hold the ears of people who are currently serving in government. That when you play with public funds intended to move the country forward, you will answer for it tomorrow. You hear the former chairman saying, the former president, and he predicted that this day was going to come, that people who served in his government at the time and the way he exploited this, the process was serving. And today, you see they as wish up, but somebody predicted a long time. I'm taking you on Mary Lane. This is the morning round. Let's go for this break this morning.
The people that used to sell Mary Maga hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settled down in Moserado County. The Mary Maga hot tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Mary Maga hot tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Mary Maga hot tea medicine and how good it is. Finally, the people now settled down in Moserado County. Yeah, in Moserado County, yeah, Morovia, Liberia. The people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba Bendu tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga hot tea people. They're gonna be sending the Mary Maga hot tea to you. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga hot tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of the sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Mary Maga hot tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that a Mary Maga hot tea medicine can kill are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you're complaining with your stomach. You say, my stomach hurting, my mom, my stomach hurting, my wife, my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Mary Maga hot tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework good. You come from working or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework good. Your woman tells you say, bye, leave me, man. Sexual weakness in both men and women. They Mary Maga hot tea, it can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. They Mary Maga hot tea can solve it. It can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach boiling, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Mary Maga hot tea can solve it. It can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain. Every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back, Mary Maga hot tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem, this Mary Maga hot tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Mary Maga hot tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Mary Maga hot tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
I just want to declare God, thank you for what Mary Maga did. Send your key here and start treatment. What was happening to me, I tell God, thank you. It's not happening again.
And what was happening to you?
I'll get sugar, I'll get pressure in my life. I've been taking treatment for 2 good years. The sugar can't finish, the typhoid, pressure, it be giving me heart attack. But since I start taking a Mary Maga, I feel about it. Now, when they do my pressure always normal now. The sugar, the way it used to go on, no way. I tell about it. I live in red in Bonafide, opposite tissue factory. The hair off it and the place taking my treatment. I tell God, thank you. My body all right now, my body strong.
Mary Maga is a very good treatment, very good supplement. I've been taking it from the 16th, 17th, I would say the 17th of April. And from the 17th till now, I have seen a lot of changes in my health.
Okay.
A lot of changes. I always experience pain in my chest, my eyesight.
Okay.
I don't used to see that clear, and when I start to take it, and always, what used to happen to me at times, I would just keep going in the bathroom, urinating, sometimes all night. Yeah, sometimes like in the night, that 7th time, I think. But I see a change. Instead of me going 7, I just go like only 1 time. And I sleep very sound.
Jesus.
To admit. Very sound.
Wow.
Yes. These are changes I have seen. And I was very, you yourself, you took notice of it. I was very big. I noticed I'm dropping.
Yes.
As I'm taking the supplement.
All over.
One thing we ask of you,
The people are into selling Marimaga hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settle down in Motorado County. The Marimaga hot tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Marimaga hot tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Marimaga hot tea medicine and how good it is. Finally, the people now settle down in Motorado County. Yeah, in Motorado County, yeah, Morovia, Liberia. The people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba Bendu tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Marimaga hot tea people. They're going to be sending the Marimaga hot tea to you. And if you want to buy this Marimaga hot tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Marimaga hot tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that a Marimaga hot tea medicine can kill are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mom my stomach hurting, my wife my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Marimaga hot tea can solve it. The sexual weakness, you can't do your homework go, you come from working or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework go. Your woman tells you say bad limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Marimaga hot tea, they can kill it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. The Marimaga hot tea can solve it. It can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach boiling, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Marimaga hot tea can solve it. It can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain. Every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back. Marimaga hot tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem. This Marimaga hot tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Marimaga hot tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Marimaga hot tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
I just want to tell God, thank you for what Marimaga. Send your king here and start treatment. What was happening to me, I tell God, thank you. It's not happening again.
And what was happening to you?
I'll get sugar, I'll get pressure in my life. I've been taking treatment for 2 good years. The sugar can't finish, the typhoid, pressure, it be giving me heart attack. But say I start taking a Marimaga, I feel God, thank you. Now, when they do my pressure always normal now. The sugar, the way it used to go on, no way. I tell God, thank you. I live in Red in Bonafide, opposite tissue factory. The hair off it and the play, I'm taking my treatment. I tell God, thank you. My body all right now, my body strong.
Marimaga is a very good treatment, very good supplement. I've been taking it from the 16th, 17th, I would say the 17th of April. And from the 17th till now, I have seen a lot of changes in my health.
Okay.
A lot of changes. I always used to experience pain in my chest, my eyesight.
Okay.
I don't used to see that clear, and when I started to take it, and always, what used to happen to me at times, I would just keep going in the bathroom, urinating, sometimes all night. Yeah, sometimes like in the night, the 7th time, I think. But I see a change. Instead of me going 7, I just go like only 1 time. And I sleep very sound.
Jesus.
To admit. Very sound.
Wow.
Yes. These are changes I have seen. And I was very, you yourself, you took notice of it. I was very big. I noticed I'm dropping.
Yes.
As I'm taking the supplement, I just keep seeing changes. And I feel freed. I feel free in my system. Yeah. These are some of the experiences I've had since I started taking it. It's a very good supplement.
Okay.
My boyfriend, you have made 3 weeks when I came out. There is small sickness the way it started. How? So I keep myself, no go to tell one. I don't want telephone. I said I'm blessing you. Oh, didn't they come about marry my baby? Good. I'm blessing very, very well. A woman said she will give me money to come buy everything. But I say we've been taking feeling. No. Therefore, saying when you say now for long a week back. Some of my friends tell me, but go ask people why when you taking it, your friend they can continue taking it.
Ma, take it. The more you take it, it will be more fresh.
When I came from the bush, and then I was pregnant. All to me, I was pregnant. I went to Toma. They did my test, pregnancy. That all you told me I would give April off. But to my surprise, when we married, they said they didn't see better. I started crying. My sister and I would go, people go, they play. Party. So Phoebe. Go Phoebe. We made a bit out of it. We said developing growth. As you bring to 2,000 and then 1 pound of blood. Started crying. They said, but they don't cry. I said, I will cry. Teenager, very happy to me. My call on the fan. My mother, she called on the fan. She said, baby, the people that give you all air and when we go to them. To go far parking there. I locate here, okay. But one key, I overlook the medicine first. I said, I just be drinking medicine. They say, but they don't give up. I said, no problem. But when I get money to buy those, then I get money, I get small money will remember. Will come buy what to buy. I guess small money will come buy what to buy. One day now, we went back to the hospital. They put the checking, they say, but we not see anything that grow. We only clean it up. You need to bring your thing for all cleaning. What happened? So that while the medicine take for me.
How are you?
Fine.
Please tell me what the medicine actually do for you.
Right now, let me do small, you see. Call me come out today. A call from here all the way on this Anna. Majority of the people that know me, they know what I can talk. I'm not prophet. No one is prophet for anything.
Yeah.
But I know what on Sunday you go behind me, you see it be a line. The mercy is good. I don't want your risk to him or see the mercy and let the person be free to buy it. Okay, powerful. The way that you can do the first thing, your arbor.
Okay.
Your arbor is faster to kill your arbor.
Right.
If you can see well, your arbor. I took my own yesterday.
Okay.
Why happy to me? Hey, my people that you talk about the blessing.
All right.
It's good.
By the grace of God, that God I can praise.
Okay.
Then from there, I praise Marie Manga.
Okay.
Marie Manga, how tea, it can work.
Okay.
When you take it the right way, it can work.
Yes.
And I want to encourage people to come to here, to the office here to take Marie Manga.
Yes.
Because the pain I had on my side here,
Yes.
it helped it reduce.
Okay.
Marie Manga healthy. I even went to a Lutheran church in Paris.
Okay.
I made them to understand that don't overlook Marie Manga healthy. It can work. Please go there and
I tell God thank you for the Marie Manga company. I was sick, the chunk go out on my neck.
Okay.
I go all around, I was dying. All my people in my system were brown, deep brown. But after I met the Marie Manga people, when I took it in, I started drinking it, rubbing it on the knot that was on my neck. All the brown people that were in my system, everything turned clean. It draw the goa together. And the hacker a boss. Oh, I tell God, thank you. The medicine what you're seeing, so you don't overlook it. It can heal any kind of sickness. I'm so happy today. I tell God, thank you for Marie Manga people.
Thank God.
You can sickness, diabetes, TB, you want to menstruate, stomach hurting, back pain. You can when you take it in, you will be. You are tell God, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I tell God, thank you for Marie Manga. I tell God, thank you for Marie Manga.
Okay.
You see the neck? You see? No so.
Okay.
I tell God,
When I was sick,
I've been spending money from hospital to hospital, but that time she almost died. Listening for my people and the kid. And when I hear the news over here, I have brought her. Well, I tell God, thank you. She well. And even my auntie, they call her, she was saying she was not working good. She was in the same church. And when I told her, please people come here.
Okay.
They need testimony.
All right.
So they medicine. And that's when we were supposed to play with. Even my mother had testimony because she was not working, she was not talking. But they did testimony. People see what I want to do. Every time people when they come here for their medicine.
Okay.
So their medicine, but they're doing well. My girl, she was not working. Our baby in the house. She was not coming outside, but now she got washed, she go in the bathroom, she pay for sex. She was not ever asking people.
Well, I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Koya about the medicine from buying this medicine. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listening to me, the medicine, the good medicine, that make me to be alive today, got the first, second this medicine.
So what kinds of sickness you were suffering from?
Our foot problem.
Foot?
Yes, my foot problem.
Okay. How long that was Hamburg? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Mary Maga Hot Tea, for small money. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 $. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Moserado County here, Morovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 913361, and 0776 369805. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. So rush now and you will live happily.
That's fine. Community Pinsville. They currently in 4 counties. They are there in Zozo, Vonjimalofa County, Bangabon County, Gantai, Nima County, and in Moserado as well. So, folks, you suffering from all of what you hear. You listen to some of the testimonies. There are a lot of folks who have spent a whole lot of money on some of the sicknesses that they've been suffering from, but today the Mary Maga Hot Tea is now healing them, taking them to the next level. You can also ask the next person near you, who been suffering from that. You can ask them to go there opposite the Kuma Tissue Factory in Bonasfa, and you explain your problems. They will tell you exactly. You'll be honest to explain exactly what you've been going through, and they'll be able to tell you. But folks, welcome. Let's say happy birthday to you, Georgie Porgy. You celebrate your birthday on today. Yeah, you represent Kool 91.9. Georgie Porgy, happy birthday to you, my brother. Wish you all of God chosen blessing as you celebrate your birthday on today. Yeah, that's the man Georgie Porgy who is celebrating on today. At 9 o'clock this morning, we hope to have with us Evangelist May Don Jacob Light, who will be here with us this morning for us to talk some other issues this morning, and he's going to be here. You will have the chance to interact with him. Shortly, we'll go to the line so you can speak. But folks, we are talking on this issue of corruption. There are a lot of reports out now in the public from GAC, especially the Minister of Labor, who was then Minister of Post and Telecommunications, under former President George Weah. Audit conducted have shown a lot of financial mismanagement and discrepancies and all of these things. And people are now concerned that the president suspending, there should be more tough and hard action taken. But you listen, what are these was the making of the past government wanting to hold on to power. That's why some of the officials were reportedly just taking money back to the coverts. But we listen to the former chairman of some of the things that he said. I want you to listen to this thing again this morning. And we'll come back over to the lines.
I want here in office has had a major spotlight on this issue. What I can say to you, and it was based on the fight that I felt it was just necessary that we sit and you understand some of the real issues. This country was mortgaged. Our resources were mortgaged years back. The way concessions were passed, if you read some of the concession documents, the things that were playing to it, 90% of the company operating in this country has never lived up to them. We need to put our feet on the ground. We need to have these conversations been saying out of our mouths, out of our houses. All of us need to get involved. It's just not lawmakers getting involved. Because legislatively, you might not have the numbers where you have number games, but the reality is that when the students, when the market women, when the ordinary people in the community speak out, it is incumbent on all leaders to stand up for them. China Union Performance Informer, I've been to jail. I'm one of those persons in this country who are consistently said our resources were mortgaged. I have not changed on that position. The first time for a concession to be brought before plenary for the family, I made China Union to be invested. There is a formal report which I will share with you to know what they should have been doing and what they have failed to do for over 16 years that we have said. And as a leader, it is incumbent on us when there are issues that are discussed and move in the same direction. We do not have separate positions on this issue. I stand with you as a student, and I will forever stand with you on all of these issues. There's no reason. There's no reason. One of the things I want for you to join me in advocating is that the form and manner they have set up the county structure in terms of how decisions are made in Banga. The local government act has created a scene where students do not have representation on that seat. It was not something that passed. No, you said it, but it means you need to change the whole law. We all now need to say the lawyer did not say students should get involved. That law was changed. Yet I'm proud to be becoming representative. So I'm saying these things. Let us understand some of the ills that we have seen, we have identified, and we work towards it. I see no that we should disagree. I've always said I'm one of the persons who really listen to students because I'm myself. I involved with student politics. We need to change that. I speak to you. We are having conversation and that will be in the next 2 weeks to ensure that we can revisit our position that gets students, that get leaders in the county, not a specific group of people to come and take decisions about the future. All these things were enshrined in the document the past 14, 15 years. They failed to live up to them, they failed to advocate for that. It is so recent. It is the first time that a son of one county has been given the opportunity to even sit on the concession committee in this country. So all of us that have open hearing, that have open conversation. If you few days ago I invited B Mountain, not B Mountain but AML. They said none of their managers were in the country. Yeah, they asked for 2 weeks. They are going to invite them for open hearing when these hearings have been held. Come and listen to the reality. Come and listen to the facts. Come and hear what we have discovered in some of the documents. If you more frustrated. So I would deliver your petition to... I have not received money from you want from the land and you want to... I have not received...
And we also get a report that, you know, the Liberia Marketing Association, you know, will be shortly audited by the GAC as well. You know, audit is good. It helps to tell you when people serve in position what was being entrusted to them, how they use it, how they manage whatever, and you know they can walk in the street with their heads high up on the shoulder. But this is where we find ourselves today. Audit, and some of these things were said by people in the previous government, and this is the government. This is something that whoever willing and wanting to be president of Liberia and this government officials who are serving should see this as a litmus test and see it as a means of conducting themselves in an orderly manner, because they will face the same audit tomorrow. This is not witch hunting. This is something that people are come for. But people say, oh, is that witch hunting? Witch hunt. You listen to the former chairman. The Minister of Labor today, he's caught up into something heavy when he was serving at the time in the previous government under former President George Weah. And Liberians are now looking at some of the things that took place on his watch. The audit report now hooks him when he was Minister of Posts and Telecommunications. US 1,067,000 United States dollar, and that of 41.6 million Liberian dollar was spent without evidence. The GSC audit report says that. That's not me. How do you call this? Witch hunt? What do we see audit as witch hunt? That's not conviction. But let's go to the lines, because 9 o'clock this morning we hope to have Milton Joshua Bly here, Alliance Public, on this platform for us to talk. But let's go to the line this morning to talk to our callers on the line. 0775-919-919. You're live.
Good morning, Wiki.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. My name is Nyewe Pia Ibrahim Tama from Johnsonville, District Number 2.
Go ahead, sir.
And Wiki, this just tells us that everyone has conscience. And there are two words. There is one that is called wicked or wickedness, and the other one is ignorance. If you don't know what you are doing and you are doing it and it is wrong, it means you are ignorant of it, but you are doing it by mistake. It's coincidental. But if you know it and you are doing it and it is wrong, it means you are being wicked. From all the tapes that are being played, these guys knew exactly what they have been doing. But for me, I would not want to stress on just what happened in the past. Now, it is time that everyone Liberian should be accountable, regardless of which political identification you are part of. We need to set precedents in President Walker. We know that you came and met some presidents in power. Yesterday we said yesterday's regime was very bad. It was embarrassing, and we spoke against it. We went against it. Today you've come to power. You maintain some of them. With all these kind of reports that are coming out from the auditing team, we hope that you're going to put your people to the fire. You're going to stand up as a father, as a leader, to take those necessary decisions that will be in the interest of the Liberians. Monies have come to this country. Monies are in this country. But because the people are wicked and they are not after service for the citizens, they will go and use it for a personal use. Yeah, all the kind of leak that have been displayed this morning. So we hope that the president will take all necessary actions to act on the audit report, and let us lead the privatization of everything in this country. We need to stand up for what we want to see or positive for our country. Thank you.
Thank you as well for being part of the conversation. 0775-919-919, 080-919-919. Let me talk to our callers on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, President Weekly.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you all. My name is Dr. Benesagi Jion. I joined by District Citizen.
Go ahead.
People feel that it's a wish hunt. But then, we that Liberian, when they look at me, we will all be talking about we want justice. So I pray that they should be a wish hunt. If it be a wish hunt, Liberians will know. You know, corruption in this country is just like cutting the root of the tree. When you cut the root of the tree, that tree will not survive. So meaning, if any money that is belongs to the country, they care on development. In the future, taking it, they feel that our children across the water or across the sea, but they want for the children to go to good school. We that here we are suffering. People when they interrupt, they get like a good medication. They are suffering, go to school, children sit on the ground. Then they stealing money from the country. They say, which one? This is a president. Like I said yesterday, September 17. One of the reasons is people are in the rain, in a cold. We want to change it, and change it to come with good thing. We pray that you will not come wish on, but should do a raffle thing. Thank you.
Thank you as well. Let's talk to other callers. You live?
Yeah. Good morning, doing Mandela.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Fire David. I call from Wamba. Thank you for everyone for the program this morning. See, this is why we can tell our friends, who especially when we gather together discussing national issue. Not for all to just rush and to just to accuse other people to say, oh, the other people doing things, the wishing, they doing things, they don't want to see a certain group of people. Now, let them listen to the changes they leaked for them to really analyze what's happening. This thing that happen in a country here. This thing that happen, people eating money in a country that not belong to them. People eating money that belong to the citizens that will make the never country to go for. But they eat it in their own personal interest to call they say, oh, when you pay in a country, it means that you develop. No, the money belong to all. They want your own salary that you earn, and you can pay. No, everybody will hear you, but you can take the money that belong to the public and use it on your own. So thank God for the GAC. Let it continue doing their job. But the only thing that I want to say now, the Supreme Court too should stand strong that these cases, when they reach to them, they should fast track them to see how best the country can go back to the normal regime. Thank you so much for the program.
Thank you as well this morning for being
And at 9 o'clock, we are expected to have J. Milton Bly, Evangelist Milton Bly of Liberia, with us this morning at 9 o'clock. We are expected to have him right after the Central Bank message.
Let me say good morning to Ambassador Vlad.
Go ahead.
I call for District 6. My name is Lawson. I got since I got Shaw's wisdom. You know, which is like all of the things that you just did this morning. I think we shouldn't even be set in this illegal country because people who stole our resources need to be account. You know, there should be accountability of all those money that is stored and how those money was used, all of those property that they encountered. So now, we shouldn't get this saying it's a witch hunt because of some political advancement. We should say that the legal thing should be done in a very diplomatic way. So if the government saying that they want to honor somebody or individuals, if the government, we just look at the procedure and see the step of the government. If the government is in the wrong path, they come here as an individual now to criticize. For now to say that we should. Thank you for the platform.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers. You're live. Okay, you're live. 0775-919-919, 0880-919-919. Let's talk to this caller.
Yeah, good morning, weekend now. This is Chris Mumbo.
Chris, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. You know, like someone said, you know, our various sectors are being challenged. And the medical, the educational, and other areas, they are challenged. So this money need to be, you know, restituted so that at least we can see about improving our sector. Like we need to return to pre-war status. We have our country is dragging. So we need not to compromise on these cases. If, for instance, this present labor minister is, you know, should be indicted. You know, I feel that, you know, sometimes at all levels, people in leadership, if people can restitute certain percentage or all of the money, and then they can get back to, you know, whatsoever. But the law have to take its course. Our sector have to be improved. As an educator, you see that the laboratories, you know, are not in public schools. Nothing. Only the children, they go to classroom, like chairs and blackboard. That's all. And, you know, we still paying huge sort of money to JFK. All these things then. Before the war, my brother, I don't know if you myself are the same age group. Our hospital was very much good. And then no one would tell parents they go across the road and go buy medicine. You see? So thank you guys, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you as well for being part of the conversation. We here. You're live.
Morning, Wiki.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dad. This is the voice of Momo Master from District 3, Southern Second Time Poster. I don't know for Liberians. I really don't know what we're heading to. What people consider as which point. So, actually, believing a culture of impunity, we started. because we have people who will run around, steal government money, steal taxpayer money. All of a sudden, you see them, they start living life that they never had before. Then while the other people sit down and suffer. But today, you got government who promise that when they're going to come to power, they're going to do order and no business as usual. Right now, it's happening, and people all over the place crying. Look, if Liberia must move forward, one thing we have to put aside, we got to put party business aside and put Liberia first. If we love this country and we want to see something better happening for this country, we got to put party business aside because our party is spoiling the country today. Because if we feel that, if I feel that I got my pressure of interest from my party and something happening, everybody will go behind that person. Even if we know that the person is wrong, everybody will support that person because that person is from the party. It's very bad. It's very bad like that. It's ugly. And I mean, we got to put it aside because we want to see something better happening for this country. So I want to say thank you this morning. Thanks to our president. Kudos to him for the action. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's talk to other callers. You live? Go ahead. Please be audible.
Please want to talk about discussion.
Go ahead.
No, that's one way. Yeah, can I jump on that? You know, we just see that. Most of the country where other countries are, the middle of ministry and quality for the country. Because the evidence is very. You understand where the people were here, were buying houses, $1, and then it was 45 minutes. Nothing any more than that. People selling land to buy flavor rent, to buy gasoline. I'm going to tell you, see the gasoline for 3-4 days. And somebody will call them, go to the people, and you know, they were all there. And then we just say that, don't know. Thank you.
Let's talk to other callers. You live?
Yeah, good morning, and Brother Wiki.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Nyanya Miller, calling from Marshall Harvey, Pakistan this morning. Brooks, the kind of money that you people are calling, and the kind of money that you're paying this morning. Then why the country can go backward? Because for some individuals to just between no kind of just to just enrich themselves, then they forget about the rest of the other people in poverty. Those kind of thing is very ugly. Let the GSC carry on their proper investigation, and the court should take action because the kind of thing is what giving the country but down. See the health sector. If you get sick, you just have to die because no good health sector. Nothing. Everybody just looking that kind of way. Yeah, just group of people just enriching themselves as soon as they get in power. Those kind of things they have to just for it. Then you could take a serious action. Thank you.
Okay, let me take 2 more calls on this discussion. You live? Let me talk to this caller on the line. You know, we want to talk about something very key, and as we await our studio discussing this morning. But let's talk to this caller on the line. Good morning. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
I'm calling on Tamil. You know, I just bless God, thank God that President Baka needs change. But this suspension of President Baka, I'm appealing to you, you got to prosecute the people. It's not enough. When you suspend me, they get the money they stole for office that they used to me. So you can just suspend me when I speak about when you suspend. Why put yourself on a day? Why I probably look down upon with speak? You cannot just be suspending your people and not prosecuting them, President Baka. And when you encourage other people, then they go to court, then they go to jail, they go to show people. But they suspend me now. What I do? So, the same way you're going to have a lot of people, our own people are speaking to suspension is not enough. Please, let it go to stop you too and know that the law is the law. And we are talking about wish on, we tell God, thank you. He's not speaking for you again, he's not all part. He is saying we wish on top. So President Baka came to one wish in the country, he should want the wish. And welcome me. You don't have the opportunity for space here, but you are taking people around here, protecting people.
And even the CDC government official themselves were telling President Biden and President Trump, I say, look, tomorrow, it will go after you who persecute your people. He said, no. He said, look at the walk Kool. Look at the walk Kool. When he told us, people are called, I bring the government and walk Kool, that was to the Senate to discuss it. But President Biden made sure that the walk Kool was established. The office is here. So, President Biden, you are doing it correctly if you have a support. Thank you, Wiki. I'm part of the show.
You're welcome. You're live.
Good morning, Wiki Brenda. Good morning.
Go ahead.
Joe Mobile, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, Wiki bro. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your hard working. Wiki bro, you know, everything we listen to you, everything we talk about, I heard other people say, oh, you're commenting to wait on them. It's not a matter of commenting to wait on you. We're looking for repo government, repo leader will come to do the repo thing for their people. Because you get anything, they appoint you somewhere, you want to get a country, they pay the appoint you, someone can give you money. What you want to do for the repo, you want to keep that money, you keep it for your children and your relatives. So when you comment and you say about them, we want to make sure to clean the system. And when people want to clean the system, they can't complain, so they put people wait on you. Sort of a piece of President Walker, it should not be that they will continue doing the for wet because we're looking for good leader before that dog can be developed forever and ever because we look for leader and a bad leader in the country here. They will take on the eat like for resources, they will just send they say like what that for the data for the 17 because we don't want to put them in power. So please, President Walker, you have to ever set you up. You have made the country develop. So you thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
And this morning we are expected to have Evangelist Jim Milton Bly on the program. Very serious and important conversations on today. So you're welcome to join us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah Azzoya calling from Rocky Highway. Brother, I want to say thank you. This is my first time calling you. And every time when I listen to you, you always speaking the truth. And as long as you are speaking the truth, God will continue to protect you in this country. Nobody will harm you. What we're saying is that, you know, everybody should know that whenever you are being placed into the position, you become a servant. You become a steward. And everybody needs to be a good steward. Now, even the money that you are calling this morning, it surprised people. People who are taking this money. How much food that they can eat?
There's a noise behind you. Maybe you can just walk away from there, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. How many spoons of rice a human being can eat to be satisfied? Even the very mattress that somebody can sleep on in their houses, there are space that can live over there. You have people struggling. You reach to some community, children, some of them they go to school, no food, nothing. Then people taking such a money in this country. It's very bad. Now, the only thing we can say, the law should take a own course. But I believe that everything that people are saying this morning, it should be able to benefit other people who tomorrow they will find themselves in the same position so that they will not make the same mistake. It's almost like when the water waste, you cannot take it back from the ground. At the same way, those people, they finish that money. They ask them for judgment that they cannot provide the money. Because the way they get the money in a way that not alright, that the same way the money is going. If I would say any money that somebody get unjustly, it will go bit by bit. So I do that, the Lord will take his own course. But to those that are hearing all this morning, whether you are in an office, you are still going to school tomorrow, you will be in a position, know that what those people are doing is not correct. Don't do it. We need to make sure that this nation is successful. And the only way to know that we are a steward, nothing that we have under this one that belongs to us. The acknowledgement of God should be the first mark of the good stewardship. So I want to say thank you so much. Continue to tell the truth, and I know that God is going to be with you. So those that work in the government, know that you are a steward. God has placed you there. Nothing over there for you. The day you die, you don't carry anything with you. All those cars will remain in your yard. All those horses that different people will be inside. Please make sure you do the right thing as you will be in the positions tomorrow. Thank you so much.
We say thank you as well for being part of the conversation. Like Macaulay said earlier on, we will have with us this morning Evangelist Joshua Milton Bly, Elias Bonnicket, will be here on the very serious conversation this morning. So we wait upon his arrival. We're going to have. But you know, just a couple of days, the president nominated Associate Justice Yami Kokwebese as Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, waiting for confirmation by the Liberian Senate. And somebody has spoken on the issue that this is a slap in the face of democracy. It's a clear way of the Unity Party of President Bagawan to tighten his grip on power, and this coming from a former chairman of the former ruling party, CDC. Mobile Molu is now saying, but he's not criticizing the president nomination. I want you to keenly look at this. But Yami Kokwebese was appointed on former President George Weah. He did not speak anything of such. So now today, Yami Kokwebese is the bad man, is the man who have come to, the appointment shows that he comes to protect Ambassador Joseph Yoman-Boakai. But when this man was appointed as Associate Justice in 2022 by the former president, you did not speak about it. You saw him as somebody and you were the party chairman, serving in key decision-making position when it comes to how your government or your party were leading the country. Today, you are now saying, the Cooper crowd, the audit conducted on former President George Weah. He was appointed as Minister of Posts and Telecommunications on former President George Weah. And the GSC audit covered him from that time to 2024. Today now, you are now telling us that Yami Kokwebese is a bad man, is a man in the position that is going on to protect Honorable or the vice president, or the president and the vice president, the regime. Are we sincere in sometimes how we speak? Because
Ambassador, this is just clearly what Liberians speak of. When you are in the position, you don't see the problem.
No.
Like you asked a question earlier on whether the past government were able to hold any of their officials for financial malpractices, misappropriation, and this Muhammadu man was also a part of the past government.
Yeah.
He advised the president that certain government officials were doing something
and
wrong, that they should bring them to court. Yeah.
They
never brought any other persons for. Today, this government is unearthing a lot of that financial malpractice and misconduct.
And this government should also be cognizant of the fact that she will fall short the scene tomorrow, because that's why we said, if you failed to prosecute people yesterday for the shortcomings as it relates to financial malpractices, how they misappropriated, they allegedly stole some money, and today they are facing prosecution, and you think it's gentleman agreement that everybody will not just be like you.
No.
So that's how you see people will always shadow it and say, oh look, that witch hunting, because
today you calling for accountability.
We are not
transparency. But yesterday you were there, you never did anything.
Yeah.
You never advocated for anybody. Today you're going to advocate.
And that's what some of the folks are saying. We shielded these people. We pardoned them yesterday. Today, the people that are in power, they are not willing to go our line. They're prosecuting us for our stewardship. They're telling us now, well, when you come to power, and this is some of the issues that brought this government to power, because Liberians have always asked to have the cultural impunity come to an end. And we see this government proceeding in that direction. And she knows that after stewardship, whoever comes to power will want to walk in that path as well. They'll go after them too.
Sure.
That they acting that they have all the clean hands.
They should know that
they have white chicken, and they can jump in the rape palm.
And there's your issues that every time you see government, the party that come to be chairman are always being accused of several issues. Even there are several allegations currently on the very ruling party chairman, Honorable Ruta Tape. He's also, there are party members who saying that they were the driving force behind bringing this government, also accusing him. So why is it that every time we see this thing going on? Party chairmen of ruling parties, at the end of the day, there are several complaints. Even they just started complaining about it.
Here's what Chairman Molu spoke about following the appointment of Associate Justice Yami Koke, who Chairman Molu also is heading a team organizing July 17 protest. Enough is enough protest. That's how they call it. He's the chairman of STAN, a civil society group. And he described the appointment as a serious blow to judicial independence and accused the Barker administration of attempting to consolidate control over the Supreme Court. And he said, according to Molu, he said the elevation signal a troubling attempt by the executive to tighten its grip on the nation's highest court. He said it raises the steps of a politically compromised judiciary. So when he was appointed as Associate Justice, was he there and protecting CDC actions that they were taking?
But this is why
because if you are making such a revelation, meaning he was there on the bench, so now he has gone in bargaining with, or he gone in bed with the Barker administration that look, send me there, I will protect you like I did for the former ruling party. Because you see, sometimes some of these statements people might be called to further explain and answer questions. But once you go to do it and say, oh, they're running after this person for free speech. This is a grave allegation, meaning that because they know Associate Justice, he was appointed by the former president. So on what basis is they were appointed that today now President Barker only elevate? He made in a position that they one step they are saying.
It's a business or like a tradition that those to reach out the hem of Chief Justice should be off the bench.
Yeah.
And now they come from the bench.
And who sent him to that bench?
The former government.
And you were chairman of the party that led the country for 6 years. I mean, how? What sort of country is this?
He said he was tired during the days of his government, but now he is not tired.
And this is a man who, on audio recording, alleging that the former president was being very corrupt.
Yeah.
The kind of money, how the man duped the system. The kind of money the man raised, he took to us, the man started bailing. Yo, don't go after these people, but hell, come after and vibe.
The people saying that the people that will look at. And why don't you see what's this country? And it's time that Liberians begin to see those folks who are calling themselves state advocates, or who are calling on demonstrations, protest, bringing a mass assembly or protest. If they are really genuine to call these things, you were a very key and eminent member of the last government. You never spoke about these things that was going on. At least now, Liberia have seen that there are some efforts being made, and they are calling on that this should be done holistically, and the tenets of democracy is followed through, that the impartiality of issues should be observed keenly. But during your time, you never say anything. You went in the corner and started to complain. That today now, you say, then you are tired. I tell you,
it's not what judge you today.
I tell you.
Personally, what judge you today say, yeah, while you sat in a position, you have been bold, you were open, you spoke on it. Councillor Vanny Sherman, serving a party chairman of the Unity Party before, when you were given a chance to serve as orator of one of our independent celebrations, he spoke and said that the Ellen Johnson government was corrupt and there were some other things. She didn't like it. They fell apart, but he was able to say it openly. The late, he said alive, the former chairman of MPP, the chairman emeritus, C.V. Allen. He stated to Charles alone, our government corrupt. We need to straighten up things. There are some things not proceeding well. They fell up, but at the end of the day, Charles accepted it to work on themselves, and he was reinstated as the party's chairman. No, now today you want to speak on the kind of issue. These calls are good, but when the nomination was done, did you go to the former president? You should be telling us, I told a man not to put a man there, and he forcibly did it. I recommend it, but you not say it's a threat on democracy and ensure that the nation's higher court will be controlled by the Unity Party. What did you say when this man got the appointment or nominated by former President George Weah as Associate Justice? That today now you see him now as a bad man, and he will not work in the interest Look at even Copper Crowd, the audit done. That man who appointed on a former president George Weah.
Yeah.
The audit that is done the time he served as Minister of Posts and Telecommunications. Can you point to one person that you prosecuted for allegation of corruption?
He has come now, still in the service to serve Liberian people.
You resigned, you took your membership and you resigned party chairman. He said because you wanted to focus on advocacy. Because you got all the power now. So if your government have retained the position, when you going to resign?
And you are there telling us who will be vice president, who will be president, all the things you are telling us.
And he predicted that these people will be prosecuted.
Yeah.
He said he himself in the order predicted that people now prosecution is now on. You saw it. Why are you complaining now? Why you did not tell the former president? If you did, you should be telling Liberia, I warned the former president, I spoke to him as party chairman not to have this man in that position, but yesterday he carried the man there. Why you want to have? So why you blaming President Baga now for elevating the man?
You see?
President Baga don't have no power to have the man removed. You impeach under your stewardship. You impeach Cabinet Janet. If you knew the man was bad, you should have lobbied for them to have him impeached and make a case against him.
So
we'll take a few calls on this matter because hopefully 9 o'clock we'll go for our Central Bank commercial and then we usher in our studio discussing who happens to be Evangelist Joshua Mayton Bly on the platform this morning. 0775 919 919 0880 919 919. You're live.
Good morning, the two ambassadors.
Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, good morning. I want to say thanks to you. This is Mo Fingers calling from the PSA. And I think Moruba will find somewhere to sleep because the advocacy in Liberia is needless to the Liberian people. I don't think he's going to the right direction. I think he served as a member in the former government that have been headed by the former President Weah. So coming out today, because like you guys said, President Weah was the one that appointed him. You know, the job basically is helping elevated.
President Baga made a man in a position.
Yeah, in a position. So you get it elevated.
You brought the man wouldn't elevate him one step.
Simple. Then you coming out, you talking this when you are chairman. Because when CDC go and let them
say the same.
Oh.
When CDC go into power, or partially stay in Boroba Hotel for over 6 months, sleeping there, living there, so it was not an issue. So you see, you can be in a glass or you throwing a stone. Let's just forget about it. Model not have any saving Liberian politics here to come tell Liberian what they should do, who should you accept, President.
You have the power to question you're the biggest man in the party chairman.
Yes.
The political leader just at the front of the major politics when we relate to becoming president. But the party chairman, not the man. So
you were there.
And some of the people that got appointed, it was also based on your recommendation as well.
Recommendation, he does the recommendation to go to the Supreme Court bench.
Today now you have a reservation.
So today the men are bad men. So also you have bad people serving your government.
Yes.
Now you recognizing them that they were bad, that they bad people now.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you. Let's talk to this caller. You're live.
Good morning, Wiki, and good morning to Nathan. This water is Fadero calling from Nema Pacific District number 8, San Arizona.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Let me thank you guys very much for the level of discussion. Look, let me tell the former chairman of CDC, you know, if you have anything to do or anything to say, you just have to sit down quiet and focus on the livelihood of yourself, of your children, and your family. He said that look, the record council basically has served for the year and for the amount of years that you have been in the judicial system. No, he appointed nobody, even the lawyers, all who appreciate the president for the appointment that you have made.
Yeah, man, say, I mean, basically will become the former chief justice, Imaya Balazer. He will be the new Imaya Balazer of our time.
No, you don't know the record of Jock Bessie. Even some of us that have been around Jock Bessie, Jock Bessie can take action against the own children. Instead he went do some wrong, he take action against the family. They have a national issue. Jock Bessie is not a person that he based in the pocket of somebody. He's a record, a clean character man that he want to keep his character clean and maintain a status in Babylon. So Then the former chairman found someone else a leader and he accused the former president before that he was loving the poor woman all around.
Nah.
Yeah.
I want to put personal life over there. I won't get into it. Let's talk to this caller for go for our Central Bank message this morning.
Yeah. Yes. Good morning, Vicky and Ambassador Nah.
Good morning, sir.
Yes. Thank you guys for the show this morning. This is Winston Enigbiande. I join you from Dupo Road. Yes. Specifically, I want to commend the president for this nomination. He made no mistakes because we believe in Associate Justice, which is now designated as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Yannick Kwekwe. You know, I believe he will diligently serve his people and expectations will be met because his qualification cannot be overemphasized. Leaving that with the issue of Labor Minister Kool, there we go again. I have said it time without numbers that the past regime is where Councillor Kool started, damaging the system from. I have said it before, and now it's being proven. It's coming to be proven that this Councillor Kool is not a governmental entity anymore. And what he just did recently with the job permit, I said it came from the past regime and he still have that attitude in him. So thank God the team have flagged that they have flagged up the red thread, and then the law will take its course. He will serve, and that money got to be restituted. Got to be restituted.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for being part of the conversation this morning. Let's go for this break this morning, take our Central Bank message, and hopefully we will have us in studio, Evangelist Joshua Milton Bly on this platform to talk about some very serious conversation we're going to be having on key national issues and how things are unfolding in Mama Liberia.
My daughter Kumba, how is the business today? Well, your face, how are you looking so? Like you thinking about something?
And I say me, I going through plenty things. So I take my pay the next day. I'm telling you, all the money can check go tell that my children's school fee, hospital money, rent, my own small thing and set nothing. I can't do anything good for myself.
Amen.
Then to make matter worse, I try to put small money in lay business to go out of the country. But to find foreign currency, I can just be running around. It's too bad that things how I am stressed.
Yeah. Anything you don't know is bigger than you for true, yeah?
What you mean now, Patroni?
Kumba? On March 27, 2025, the Central Bank of Liberia launched the National Financial Education Program for people then like you.
The National Financial Education Program?
They finished putting it outside. That is they call launch. And that President Joseph Newman Boaka said launched the program for the whole country.
Okay. So what in the program will do for a person like me now?
The program will solve your problem, my daughter.
Tell me something.
The financial education program will help people like you, Kumba, to understand how to take care of your money Google.
Yeah?
Yes. It will show you how to set financial goals, how to budget your money, how to save part of your money after you take pay, how you can turn some of your money around in business for it to grow.
What?
Yeah. So after taking pay, you can't be broke again.
That good thing, Patroni.
Yeah, Makumba. The Central Bank of Liberia will work with plenty other government offices then like Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, and other groups then like the Liberia Marketing Association to make sure you're the women and girls manage your money Google.
Oh yeah, that is very good.
Yeah. Now, this financial education get many steps.
Tell me about them, Pa Johnny. Tell me.
First, you have to set your financial goals.
What?
This means you must think about where you want to see yourself in the future. Maybe 1 year from now, you won't get plenty of money to be able to take care of all of your problems.
Yeah.
Or you want to be big businesswoman. But you can only reach where you want to see yourself in having more money according to the way you will plan to use your money today.
How that one already work now?
That the next step I will come into. They call it budgeting, meaning planning how to use your money the right way.
Yes, that one that true.
So you budget by making a plan that show how you will use your money. Once you take your pay or you get any money, you have to sit down to put idea together to use your money.
Yeah.
In line with the thing that you need to do for you and your family, and you will still be able to keep some.
It makes sense.
Yes, so when you make your budget, that means you have to stick to it because you plan for everything already.
That's true.
The other important thing, that's saving. Saving means to keep some money somewhere for you to use in future. Then just using all your money soon you take pay.
Okay, but this saving you're talking about, ain't that to keep the money in your safe to your house, eh?
One advice, Makuma, do not keep the money in your house or under your mattress. Yes, go to the bank house and open your saving and account. You can open 2 savings.
2 savings?
Yes. You can open 1 saving or account with any mobile phone company. Like that, you carry your money on your phone right in your own hand anywhere you going.
But why if the phone lost now?
Easy. Just go back to the mobile phone company and get your SIM card back with all your money still on it. Yes. Then you could choose to open another saving or account with a bank. Just go to any bank you like and say you want to open saving to keep your money. They will help you open an account.
Okay, but what a benefit in that one?
A bank account has many benefits. Number 1, the bank can put interest on top of your money you keeping with it.
Okay.
And because of that, you can also be able to take loan from the bank where you open your saving. With that loan money, you can make business to grow your money or do other good things for yourself.
Okay.
And when you take loan from the bank, make sure you're able to pay it back.
Yeah.
At the same time, open your eyeball to all the things that you will agree to on the loan paper. Like when you will pay back, how much you will pay every time, and then the main one, wedding business you're taking the loan money for. And you must understand the interest you will have to pay to. Yeah, after that, you can make a plan to pay back your debt. Manage the debt good.
Yeah, it will not be good you tell loan, then you're not able to pay it back.
It's not correct like that, sir. Yeah, that digging hole, covering hole thing not correct because you will still be in the hole.
Yeah.
What some people do is to make sure they take a loan to put the money into something that brings in more money. They call it investment. So they can be able to pay their debt and be able to save at the same time.
So Google ad here, yeah?
Yes, so then another good thing is to insure your business or your home.
Insurance for my business, my home, my...
So, God forbid, if something bad happen, the insurance company can help you get something bad because you are protected against loss.
No, Pa Johnny, I will go to the financial education program and learn about money matter, yeah? Insurance, hayaka.
Yeah, because with insurance, when your property damaged or warehouse burned with your goods inside, for example, the insurance will pay.
Oh! So a part of financial education too, eh?
Yes, it is part of the financial education tool to manage risk and protect yourself. Then you know, some business people don't treat their customers very good.
They plenty of...
Fine. So the last thing the CBL and other Google friends talk about, they say you get right as customer to complain any business house that will not treat you the right way.
Any business house?
Yes, like banks or mobile phone companies. If they not treat you the right way, you must talk it.
Okay.
That's right. And under the financial education program, you listen to me, they will teach you how to complain and how they will hear your complaint. So, Kuma,
thank you plenty, Papa Johnny. I will make sure to be part of the financial education program so I can learn all the good things about money.
This message is from the government of Liberia through the Central Bank of Liberia. My daughter Kumba, how is the business today? Well, your face.
Milton Bly, who is expected to be before this morning, but in the meantime, between time, we're still looking at this issue of, we listen to Honorable Moses Gray and other folks who are now condemning the appointment of Associate Justice nomination as the next Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. Now, in the words of Molo, it shows that the president is trying to tighten his grip on the nation's higher court to make decisions now. If that's what value I hear. This is a man who the president was hugely criticized for doing business with the majority black, and this is the man who said the majority black were illegal. This is the man who also said the reason why they did not attend the State of the Nation address because the president was legitimized the scholarship of Richard Kool.
Sure.
And he had a lot of dissenting opinion on issues. And this is the man who saw and told the majority black they were dealing the ultra-virus where one of the lawmakers said they will not listen to somebody who go to the King Juice shop and make statement, all of these things.
And during the day the Supreme Court full bench are giving their own position.
He had his own dissenting opinion in it.
He was the one who had a dissenting opinion on the matter.
So you think the president will see this man? Because from all indicators that you claiming that that fake something that stage man is something they've been doing. Because if the president will see this man rejecting or standing and being vocal on some of the issues, that actions and decisions that you're taking to say they still made him Chief Justice or nominate him to be Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, why are we not honest with ourselves? And this man, this is a good that you sold to the public, the Biden, and you wanted his fault.
You are the ones.
You sold it. You brought it on the market. You imported it. You brought it on the market. Now you make it on the now it expired.
And the way Molo making himself in the way that nobody want to listen to him because your position yesterday and today is far.
I'm already developing this serious. I come to a power in the morning. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm not how many years I see my senior brother. Today, after the show, maybe we'll just be rolling down the stairs.
They will be running vision here.
Yeah, but somebody call ambulance. Somebody might get right here today. But it's good that we have this morning. Let's make this quick adjustment. We have Evangelist Milton Joshua Bly for this morning. So, but we'll take this break shortly. And be right back.
The competence of the managers of the party.
How are you looking so? Like you thinking about something?
And now he say on me, I going through plenty things. So I tell my pay the next day. I'm telling you, all the money can check go tell that my children's school fee, hospital money, rent, my own say small thing and set nothing. I can't do anything good for myself.
Amen.
Then to make matter worse, I try to put small money in lay business to go out of the country. But to find foreign currency, I can just be running around. It too bad that things how I am stressed.
Yeah. Anything you don't know is bigger than you for true, yeah?
What you mean now, Patroni?
Kumba? On March 27, 2025, the Central Bank of Liberia launched the National Financial Education Program for people like you.
The National Financial Education Program?
They finished putting it outside. That is they call launch. And that President Joseph Newman Boaka said launched the program for the whole country.
Okay. So what in the program will do for person like me now?
The program will solve your problem, my daughter.
Tell me something.
The financial education program will help people like you, Kumba, to understand how to take care of your money good.
Yeah?
Yes. It will show you how to set financial goals, how to budget your money, how to save part of your money after you take pay, how you can turn some of your money around in business for it to grow.
What?
Yo.
So this place is not a strange area.
No. This place was built.
Yeah.
I was.
Okay.
The CEO and myself used to jump through the window to go in there when this place was dumped, and he said, this place would turn to mansion.
Yeah.
And he did it.
No, you exactly about the history. This was the dumping site where people used to dump things.
Yeah.
But
we say welcome first, before going to other issues. You are one of those Liberians involved in rehabilitating young people in the country. Tell us about that. How far are we?
I said, well, are you proud of what you are doing?
100%.
And do you see impact, the results coming back, that they are making impact in the society, right? And people who you have helped to rehabilitate and have them reintegrated into society, build up capacity? How far we are?
100% I'm proud of myself. Okay. In fact, the danger is a sign of my remorse.
Okay.
Because of what I did to this country, because of how my action affected young people, even though the TRC recommended amnesty for me, but I sentenced myself to this service.
You have always said that.
So I sentenced myself to help the young people. Now, we graduated 120 young people February. 120 young people.
This year?
This year, February this year. And we are taking 120 more. We have almost 70 there now, and we're taking 120 more. We hope that when we complete our building, we'll be able to take 480 young people at the time, where we will not only detox them, we will educate them and give them serious life skills, focus on technology, agriculture, and construction, which is the three most important courses needed for rebuilding nations.
Transformation.
That was just to start
the tip of the iceberg, to spice up a little bit.
What are you involved with? What are others? The folks listening want to know. They have to hear a synopsis or something you're involved with. They want to know who really is this person. What are activities you involved in?
Well, 100% my activities. I'm an evangelist, yes, but I do not run a church.
Okay.
My pulpit, my church are those young people in the street. Okay. I'm in the ghetto every day preaching to them. Yes, I go to churches, they invite me to preach. I preach on crusades and things. Okay. But my pleasure, my fulfillment is going into the ghetto, preaching to those young people, taking them from the street and making them heroes again into society. That's the only thing I do. That's my only involvement. I have no other job that I'm doing.
Okay, that's good to hear. You are quite visiting Liberians, both home and abroad, because you are also named based on your past and your contribution currently to the growth of Liberia. Quite recently, Liberians saw you being so mad at the burial of the late President Samuel Kanyando in the southeast, specifically Grangere County. You were then so vocal with the president, how represent the Yankee Colbert district team were composing himself over the period of time, how he conducted himself there. What really turned you so mad? Do you people personally have some rift? Have you people crossed paths in any way that you thought you have used the occasion to get at him or he could get at you?
Not at all. I have nothing personal against Yeke. In fact, when I left the country, my family left behind when I got converted. And a brother of mine was in the police force. He's still in the police force. And he was working with Yeke. And Yeke, even though his presence helped Yeke in different things, but Yeke was the one who protected him. And when I came back, I visited Yeke personally to say thank you. Okay. Number two, Yeke is married to George Duer's daughter, and she's ordained as a pastor.
Really?
And yes, and several times I went to visit them to encourage her, you know, to explain some of the challenges Yeke will have, some of the challenges they were having. I was making her to understand what Yeke was going through as an ex-fighter. And so I was almost like a serious pillow in that relationship. Then again, during the campaign, I saw him as a weapon that was in our favor, in the favor of the nation, when I'm talking about our. And then I went to him and also encouraged him by printing t-shirts, because I have my own printing press and thing, where I print a lot of t-shirts and thing on my own ovation, and I carry pieces to him. Even when he turned
I have not even called him and thing because I believe it is the weapon he's using to maintain his relevance. And so if it is a weapon that he's using to maintain his relevance and it's working for him, who am I to tell him to stop? If you give me the chance, I will explain why I was angry so that your audience...
Yeah, people want to know because people are seeing you as a role model and because you also, people listen to you almost like you needed to even take action on behalf of national government if government were reneging on her full responsibility.
The entire Southeast, in fact, the whole world is ruled by the spirit first. When you see what you yourself doing, there's a spirit that you woke up with this morning that energized you. If that spirit is weak, you won't be standing here this morning, Ambassador. None of us will be standing here if our spirit falls. So the whole world is spiritual. The example I will bring you to, April 6th, thousands, hundreds of soldiers came against us with weapons. We never had weapons. Why they could not enter the barrack was a spiritual that are installed around the whole central Monrovia. And how did I do it? Was by the food I gave the people. People were looting cars, money. Ask anybody, I never looted any material thing besides consumption of material, rice, beans, oil, salt, sugar, milk, and I will inject spirits in those things. When I put my spirit in those things, I divide them free. Anyone who ate those things were under my spell. Women will see people coming with 50 caliber, 30 caliber, GPNG, ammo tank, and the women, when I call, they will take pack tap, wow, wow, running to the front line. It was not bravery, it was a spell that I put on them. And because I used that spell before, I know how that spell works. No matter how brilliant you are, when you subscribe to CDC, you fall under a spell. And that spell controls you. I don't care what they gave you, no matter how good the spell is, the game is. That spell, except you listen and something shake you, something trick up you, you will be on that spell. No, watch all the intelligent people who thought they just wanted to, they used the popularity of the ex-president, they wanted to come around. When they went there, they got hooked up. They were getting nothing. Most of them were getting nothing, but they were just under that spell. The same way I was using the spell to raise the lives of people, the same way.
So you're speaking for a typical example that you know exactly what you yourself passed through.
Thank you.
So you see it happening.
I see it happening with the people. So when I came out 2017 or 2023, I did not come out only because, to just physically support. I was doing other supports on our hand. I could remain on our hand. But there was a spell over the nation, and everybody was afraid. Everybody was afraid. And in politics, if you are not able to show forth your population, your popularity before the voting day, anybody can cheat you. People say, but even when the people went out, nobody could come out. So when Unity Party was supposed to gather on ATS, that's how I came out. When I look at the cloud, I went to challenge the cloud. So what I was doing out there at that time was a spiritual projection, challenging the evil climate, the evil atmosphere that were over the nation. The same thing is Wedju. If you watch the trend that is ongoing in Wedju, one political man stand up, you can't compare him with the brains that Grand Jide have. If you call the brains that Grand Jide have for Zopen on them to start from all the way to representative, then senator, it don't make sense. If it is not a spiritual cloud that being projected. A police officer, commander of the police in Sweden was killed. Nothing happened up to now. A magistrate of NEC for doing the right thing. God missing. Up to now, nothing have happened. They infested the place with a kind of a cloud that everybody believe once they don't say this. I don't care how brilliant you are, nothing work there. I know those spirits. And so because he wanted to show political relevance, when Mr. Bwaka called he and Mami to meet between them, they used Yeke. They gave Yeke a lot of money to go in the place. I was there.
Are you speaking with facts?
With facts. I was there. Yeke, the president, is in that closed place. And 300 plus young people on motorbike plowing the street, no police to see that it is wrong. No army officer with all the security training, national and international.
The president also went with a lot of bullet guides, a lot of security personnel as well.
It was expelled. None of them could talk. Nobody could talk. Nobody saw that it was dangerous, especially the kind of energy of hate Yeke had projected against the government and the president.
People asking, and you spoke about that. I think this is the best platform to have it spoken out.
Yeah.
People asking, you did not speak about Yeke attitude yesterday in the past regime when he insulted the former president, condemning the government, though he was part of the government, and today you support this government and Yeke is speaking now and you see these things wrong.
No. That's what I want to say. All the time Yeke been insulting the president, I've never talked. I've never one day opened my mouth. Even if Yeke continued today, then he continue after, I still will not talk. The act of the president being in Zwedru and Yeke passing with 300-400 to 500 motorbikes plowing the street, and his intention to stop.
Did you in any way see it as a threat?
It was a threat
to the president.
It is a threat. The threat could not come from Yeke. I see Yeke being used as a pawn. The threat could come from the people who have been killing in that city. The threat could come from the people. Yeke was not there when they killed the police officer. Yeke was not there when they killed the magistrate of Neck. Yeke was not there for all those riots and things that were going on. They were only using Yeke as a pawn. We have a spell in the south, it's called Keleboku. They can throw it on you. They will use you, you will climb hills, you come down, you kill people, you will never know you did such a thing. So it could be that spell that was functioning over Yeke. Now, but I will know that southeast.
Eventually, this was a scene Yeke at some point in time was saying Grangida County is Reju, and he was asked to leave.
Exactly so.
And the ANC political leaders
at that time, it was the same Zopeno that orchestrated that he should leave. Zopeno instructed Kaifali, who was the president's representative in that place, asking him to leave. That the same people now inviting him back. So I know, he might not know that what I did saved him, because he would have landed in trouble that day. I know my people. It's a spell that they cast on him, that they projected, and it will look like it did not come from them. The whole that Yeke came from Onodio. So you could see that even none of them were behind him. Literally, you could not see any one of them behind him. He went in the night and gave the children $10. When you look on his video, a young man was crying, saying on his own video, that Yeke has said it for us. Anything he tells us to do, we will do it. The whole day we'll be behind. Anybody play with Yeke, we'll do this. It's because he gave them those monies and for them to be behind him. So it was not, they were targeting the president, and it was not Yeke. He was just used as a pawn.
How then do you look at, they probably want to understand, or your point, the president organizing this reburial process? Some said, like the lawmaker said, it was a reunion process, seeing the children of Grangida going back home. It was in a process to unite them, but how do you see it?
Like, it's bigger than that.
Okay.
You see, in the Bible talk about the blood speaking, the blood of Cain, the blood of Abel speaking against Cain.
Yeah.
The thousands, hundreds of thousands of blood that have been spilled in this country. is speaking against this country. Because when God went to ask King, where is your brother? He said, I'm not my brother keeper. For Liberian, 35 years now, not talking about the people that die and everybody seeking themselves. Those blood are crying. And for to silence those blood, two things. Justice on us. Those blood will be appeased if we who orchestrated and we were frontliners in this war get handcuffed and went to jail. One. Or they feel certified. And how does a blood that die feel certified? Let me explain this to you. Your blood is running, is continuing in your children's vein. That's why we call DNA. Your blood is in your brother's vein. So that blood that's speaking is living in your brothers. The blood of Tomba is living in his children. The blood of C.C. Dennis Jr. is living in C.C. Dennis the third. The blood of Master Sergeant Samuel Kanyan Doe is living in Junior Doe, is living in Mami Doe. So anybody who is able to appease those blood in those people have appealed to the blood that were wasted. So what the president is doing, he started the stage. Look at me. I go to Nima County without bodyguard. I, Joshua Milton Blind. I go to Nima County without bodyguard. I have friends and brothers in Nima County. My personal existence, most of them are Nimadians. My cook, Nimadian. And that's why I crammed it out and married a Nimadian. Wow. I took conscious step to appeal and appease those blood that I wasted. Besides helping the children who I feel are led astray to hold gun and die or kill others, why I claim responsibility for the loss of 20,000 is because of the innocent children I gave gun. Anybody they kill, I believe I killed them. If somebody killed that innocent child, I believe I'm the same person who killed that innocent child. That's what I'm working with these people. And I'm going to Nima County. I have preached in Nima County, big crusades, and many times more than I have preached all over Liberia. If you put my presence in Nima, my ministry presence in Nima is stronger than anywhere in Liberia. I did it calculatively to appeal and appease those bloods. I call them my act victim, the bloods of my act victim. And today, you go on my post, most of the people that are watching me are Nimadians.
You know, I always, every time we have conversation, whether on the phone or you on the radio, I see you so fearless and not running and shying away from justice, that even if you are caught up into it for your action you took yesterday, but we still see others who participated in the crisis like you did, are still putting on defense, and people are defending them, they were defending the people, they were defending the tribe, they were defending the religions, but yet say you there, though you were pardoned by the TRC, but yet you still feel that you owe something to the people. Why always?
God is the creations of all, the creator of all creations. If my brother was killed, it is God who's supposed to protect my brother. If I go, my brother is killed and I go to kill somebody because of that, the person who killed my brother have their sin before God and a crime to the state. I who killed the person brother, killed the person in revenge of my brother, have my sin before God and my crime to the state. And so there's no justification for what I did in the past. And that's why I am appealing and appealing and appealing, not only by words, but by my action. That's why I'm appealing, not only by words, but by my deeds. That's why I'm appealing by taking positive steps. And so, those bloods that were wasted, President Bwaka, God is using him to heal. Look, I talk with witness. There is a group of elders in this country. The group of elders led by Reverend Zoga. He brought his elders team. with the senator when President Bwaka announced the war crime code with Senator Prince Johnson. They came and told me we should this thing is against us. We cannot protect the country. And then this announcement, we should give a statement against it. Well, many generals who fought for MPFL and other factions, UNIMO, J and thing. And I stood before them and tell them, I said, listen, the war crime code is not to me, it's not against me, it is for me. If I went to the war crime court, my children will be free from the crime I did.
You have already said that.
Yes. And I want you people to know, if we want to stop this war crime code, it's easy. It's a challenge, it's a serious game, but it's easy. I said, all of you elders here, you from Nema County, call the chiefs of Nema County. You go to the chiefs of Grand Gile. Tell the chiefs of Grand Gile everything we did to you. We want to say sorry, give us the platform. The chiefs of Grand Gile should come to Nema County through the chiefs and talk to all the Nema County on behalf of my and they should carry us who were key perpetrators. I should go with the Crown, Sapo, Southeasterners and kneel down before the Nema people. The Nema people should carry some of their generals. Honorable Prince Johnson, you go kneel down before the Crown people. Do that practical appeal for forgiveness. When you're finished, the Crown elders, the Nemadian elders start going to the Bassa elders. We were the act players, the act trap, the serious tribes in the war. Whatever our conflict cost you, Grand Bassa, we say forgive us. All your people who died, forgive us. I told them, hey, call Reverend Zohar. He's in town with that. I told them that. I said that's the only way. But for you to tell me to make statement against this, what Bwaka, and every one of them saw logic in it. I don't know if it's because they were in my place. That's the reason they agree with me and what I do. But I told them that was my stand. And so now to see what I said they should do, and they're looking for means to do it. To see the president doing it, I expect all the chiefs to flow on that now. And when you're able to appease the blood of those people dead through their relatives that have some people, because if I'm handcuffed just now, somebody who better die, even if they're not being killed, they will have some relief, they will have closure. The person who killed our people, they're going to jail. But if I did not go to jail and I'm able to convince them what other means ever means, when you look at a documentary of mine called The Redemption of General Botneke, you will see me literally going to my victims. Look for a general, it's in it. Our group followed me for 5 years. When I went to the TRC, they were behind me. When I went to personal families, a child who had killed the father and her eye got burst in that documentary. A young boy who don't know his tribe today, who killed the whole village, and he was left as a child, and they collected him, they carried him out of the country, so he don't know where he came from. A stranger carried him up. I reconciled with him, brought him back. He went to school today, he's a pastor. And think, those are the physical steps we should take. And one of the things, I have rejected any government position, even to be a sweeper at public work, even to be a clerk at youth and sport. I rejected it because what pay civil servant is the sweat of the people. For me to take that pay is taking the hurt, the curse, the tears, the sweat of the common man who brother are killed, whose sister are killed. So look at them and all those people who are taking government money, who are taking pay from government. They don't know they're putting curse and thing on themselves. Once you fought in this war, once you shed blood, you're not qualified to take certain sacred offices.
What's your reliance? You mentioned in one of your videos that back then, when you were having a gun, killing people, you had a power you were depending on. Now, you have transcended to this position as an evangelist, transformed. God is controlling you or dealing with you. What's your reliance? How do Liberians see where you are right now?
Well, it's simple. By the fruit you shall know them. Says 1996, who have ever seen me in violence. Liberian describe my zealous, prophetic, it's like my charismatic preaching as violence. Everything people saw me in Zwedu doing, they didn't see any violence, the physical violence. They saw my charismatic, my body language, that's what they describe me as violence. During the 2023 elections, the only thing they saw, my body language, that's what they see as violence. I've never, even in my environment, those boys that are in the mission there, nobody gave them punishment in my absence. Whatever they do, you will wait for me to declare or decide the punishment. Any staff violate any of those young men, you sack.
So do you have women among those people?
Yes, women are there. I have women there.
And how do you separate them?
They have a home. Okay. The girls have their side. The boys side in a big fence, but the boys side in another fence.
Okay. Fence within a fence.
Yes. After a certain time, their fence are closed. The girls too, they have their apartment, have a gate. When they enter in it, only the security can be outside in the night. No cross carpet, if that's what you're thinking about.
Okay, I want to ask you now, is there any means probably you could smoke the peace pipe with Yeke, or do you have any current advice for Yeke of his posture, his outburst on government for now or the future? You know him far better than we do, so what are you thinking?
The only thing
in helping to guide him now.
To help Yeke now, Yeke say he sent his wife out because the past regime wanted to hunt his family down. Now he know Mr. Bwaka is not a violent man. Nobody have get him missing since Mr. Bwaka came to power like the previous government. And he bring his wife home, his wife will help him. I taught her how to help him. Let me tell you something, let me explain this. For someone to die, it's a spirit leaving the flesh. There are certain people you kill, they refuse to die. So you physically kill the body, but their spirit is so strong that you cannot exit it. So it enters you. So you see many of us who fought first, who fought the war, who killed people, we have we are suffering a psychological challenge called dual personality disorder or complex personality disorder. And so when he and his wife used to do those things, I used to tell her, I said, anytime you see him like that, look him straight in the eyes, look for Yeke. Yeke is in that body, but maybe another body has superseded and is active in that body. So when Yeke's wife was here, he was more mad because it wakes up in any ex-fighters. There are a lot of people living and look straight in his eyes. Yeke left Grand Jide. He left Zwedu. So that complex personality disorder that is in Yeke, only his wife or somebody dear to him can help him. All these politicians, they don't like Yeke. Everything they do, they don't like him.
Don't you think maybe you can start to offer prayer for Yeke regularly when you're having your normal prayer and mention him, asking for divine favor upon him, asking for God's guidance in him?
I do pray for Yeke and every other fighter.
Okay.
Every time an ex-fighter is insulted, I feel insulted. So that when people really say, oh, you see your friend Joshua Blai, the way he's doing good, you're just doing it. As soon as they say negative things to any fighter, they also touch me because I'm one of them. And so I do pray for him. Even NPF, most of his generals, the one that was Yeke commander, they call him Blessing. He's like a son to me. Bush, Bill Acker, every one of them, they are like, I help them. So people in jail for that.
Don't you think that the government is trying to gather substantial evidence? Because without evidence, you cannot trial these people.
Definitely, they need the evidence, but we need to hear. So when the president came out and spoke to the Justice Ministry and the police director that the theft of those 3 missing children should be interrogated.
Yeah.
It brings us happiness. So yes, there have been some missteps. I just answering his question.
Yeah.
And the ombudsman, we are not just community services. We're not only provide community services. We provide national services. We insist on the government taking actions on corrupt government officials. And almost the same statement we made in Zweju is going to be our action. That if the police and the army do not send a presence in Yeke convoy, we will get there. If we will come to the place, if the government do not persecute a corrupt government official that will have evidence on, we will stand to that person door, put our flare up, and make the whole nation to know that this person is corrupt until the government take them to court and judge them.
Well, you go majority rigs court action if there are not evidence, like I said earlier on, to hold those people for the wrong that you're accusing them on. That tomorrow they will also hold you people legally.
That's why the ombudsman is a group of not just Joshua Milton Blai and his kind.
What
we have lawyers. We have lawyers. We have accountants, and we have powerful policy makers who are our advisors. We'll not call some of the names.
Okay. What would have happened if Yeke had moved to your group and wanting to show himself that he has the kind of power that he has and boss up into something else? Do you sometimes consider that your actions, wanting to show justice, wanting to protect certain individual, might just clash with the next person's reaction towards what you think you're doing right?
Where he came, Yeke was saying he looking for Joshua, he looking in a video. Where is he? Where is he? And when he came to my position, I saw him in his body.
Milton Blai, as our studio discussing this morning, he will take a few questions and we'll call it a day. Good morning.
Okay, this is Galen Yababu, and I'm calling you from Rafi Highway.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, I'm so disappointed today, and where I say I'm just crying because I lost my brother in the war. And then to see Joshua Blai who turned to evangelist start preaching the word about to come by in politics and telling the nation that he has found a group that they will go to home, government officials who are allegedly corrupt. I mean, it's scary. It means that Liberia going by the wall. And right now, what I'm saying, I'm about it creeping. Because the kind of statement that you were making, a grand jury kind of action. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's talk to this caller. You're live.
Good morning, Nathaniel Bar.
Please go ahead. Be precise. Go to the point.
My name is Sai, and I joined this conversation from Congo Street. To your spiritual guest, Milton Blai, the word of God says that you should be steadfast and unmovable, for your labor in the Lord is not in vain. But now I see you as a man who regret your actions in past. Now coming back to the same political realm, forming a group. How do you reconcile that, please, sir?
He will respond to that. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, evangelist. My name is.
Okay, you evangelist. You listen to the call-ups. You respond to the concerns.
So first of all, my group is not against Yeke Koluba. It's a pressure group. Just how Moruba Molu have a group or civil society group. The same way I register my organization, I'm paying taxes to the Republic of Liberia for the rescued ombudsmen. We are legally and legitimately registered. Why will Moruba Molu have a pressure group? He was CDC party chairman. Why will Joshua, it is no problem to you. Why will I have a registered group to preach? Martin Luther King was a reverend, and he had the same civil society group. What is wrong in having a civil society group? Why will Yeke Koluba speak the way he speak, even though he's an ex-fighter, set an ordinance that all the clubs here should have fence around them. If you don't have fence, if you are not able to fence your club, you cannot run as club. My group is also going to go in the community, those booths that just playing music around them when children are in school. We did, look, Ambassador, we did an experiment, and we put 100 children together, and we brought 20 latest music, and out of those 100 children, 93, right? 93 of them sang 100% those 20 new music. I'm talking about music that came out 3 months to now. The children sang 93. 50% of them sang more than 75. Those same children, we put $20 down. We say anybody say from 2 times to 5 times. The children between the age of 5 to 9. We put $20 US down and tell the children, anybody